Hey guys, Dave Conord for Fire University, and excited to share just a little bit of information with you. I have had the privilege to be coaching and teaching real estate agents for over 20 years. And, in a little bit of a changing market, it's a time for experienced agents to, as I say, go back to the basics. Um, 2 points to note on that is number one, you really shouldn't ever have to go back to the basics because the basics are the basics where they're foundational. And so you should always do the basics. And then as your business allows and your experience allows and the market allows, then you add on to the basics and you add and you diversify your business a little bit and expand it. But the basics should always be there. And the strength of that is when the market does change and shift and everything else, those foundational components of building your business are still there and your business is able to flourish without skipping a beat. Some portions may slow and you may have to add in other areas, but your main component, that foundation, is still going and still creating business for you. The other point is that what if you came into the industry when the market was hot and you've never really known much of a down market and you've never really developed the skills for the basics? You can't really go back to something you haven't done before and you're having to go in to learn them for the first time. So I want to share with you something that has been helpful for agents, from brand new agents to experienced agents, as far as a way to build your business, to generate leads, to build a foundational business that will continue to grow and expand over time, and to do it without a ton of extra effort, ton of extra time. So we're going to talk about building your partner program. I mean, there's 7 different ways that you can utilize the process of building a great and robust partner program. And these are things you're going to want to do. They're going to come into play, helping you in all different parts of your business. So we're going to dig in and get started. So one of the primary mindset pieces that you need is that you need to be thinking like a business owner. Okay. And it boggles my mind sometimes that people get into the real estate business to get their license, and then they think like a salesperson. They think like an employee. So you're a business owner. When you choose to get into a business where you're an independent contractor, you may have a partner that provides support and help and that sort of thing. But in the end, the responsibility lies squarely on your own shoulders. The responsibility is yours to generate leads, to grow your business, and to serve your clients, and to figure out how you're going to do that and create everything about your business, including all of the different partnerships and the different key business partners that you're going to have throughout that lifetime, right? So you're a business owner. Now it's time to act like one. So we're going to talk about how to do that. There are lots of different types of partners that you need. Okay. People think of their real estate team and they usually think in terms of buyer's agents and administrative support and that sort of thing. But you need to think of all of the different people that your clients may need to work with, that you may need to refer them with, that you may personally need to work with, and think about the service level that you need, the service level that represents your business, and having these services at your fingertips. If you're going to serve your clients in the transaction and a need comes up, you need to be prepared ahead of time to be able to make the right connection. So you don't end up connecting with someone who doesn't adequately, represent the way that you do business, and you don't have that good working relationship with them. So we're going to make it smoother from the beginning. So here's a huge laundry list, right? From mortgage and title to everyone thinks, okay, great, mortgage and title, of course. Might need contractor, home inspectors, that kind of stuff. Do you have someone coming in and doing an inspection on your listings prior to them going under contract, right? Do you have some things that are pointed out that may come up and surprise your sellers and change their net sheet, right? How much are they going to make from the transaction? Let's go in with eyes wide open on exactly what what they're looking at. So there are lots of reasons to have these folks in there, and any work that might need to get done, electricians, plumbers, for hardwood. And it's a different group maybe that's installing hardwood versus that's refinishing your hardwood, and different group maybe doing carpets. What about getting garage doors, garage floors done, garage doors done, house cleaners? All of these things, concrete, hardscapes, and everything else, right? And you have all the way through local business owners, right? These are connections that you can have that can be great lead partners. So here's a huge list. This is over 40 partners, and the list goes on, right? This is not a fully comprehensive list by any stretch. So the list goes on. You can probably think of some others. So you should write all of these down. Okay. And then think about who you have in each one of these categories. So let's talk about step one. The most obvious is that you need all of these partners for your clients as they buy and sell. So we're just talking about the real estate business you already have, the clients you already have, whether they're on a buy side and they're going into the home and they're seeing what they want to do to the home after they purchase it, or maybe just in the decision to make the purchase and deciding how much something might cost or what might be possible. Could I move this? Could I do that? Could we put a pool in here? I mean, all of those things that they might need prior to making the decision or just after making the decision. And they may be going to you, especially if they're new to the area and they're hoping that you have some connections as their trusted neighborhood expert. And of course, if they're selling, all of the things that they might want to do to prepare their home to get it sold, looking at the cost benefit ratio to some enhancements, changes, and improvements that they might want to do, right? So should I be doing those things? Well, let's get a price on this. It's going to cost about this much, and it's probably only going to get you this much additional on the home. So maybe it's better to allow the buyers to do those sort of things if they want to when they move in, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe, hey, it's only this much. I would get it done because I think out of that, you're really going to be able to maximize what you're going to get from your home, et cetera. So you're going to have that, you're going to be able to give that kind of advice with someone you trust who could come in and give them a good number, give them a good advice, talk about timing and all of those things. You have an entire team around you, and think about what that does for your level of professionalism. How do your clients look at you when at your fingertips, you have a group of relationships with people you already know, like, and trust, and they know they can trust you, and they're telling your clients, man, I love working with them. They're so great, right? You're lucky that you're working with them. They're advocating for you with your clients. And you know that they're giving you good advice. You know that they're not going to come in. You've talked about it ahead of time. They're not going to come in and scare your clients away from a sale or prevent them from selling the house or something else like that. The real estate advice, they leave that up to you, and they are professional, and they work with you in a way that works for your business and serves your clients at the highest level. But that also changes that perception, or enhances the perception that your clients have of you as a professional. When you're well entrenched in the community, you have great relationships with other top level professionals. And if all of they go, wow, I was really impressed with all of those people that you referred me to, and they really like you, I knew you were good, but you just notched up a couple levels in our mind, right? It really helps your business, and it does increase the opportunity for referrals. Okay, so the second one is being the resource. So you need them during the transaction. That's great. You need them those people during the transaction. But what about all the time in between? What's the average time these days on how often do people buy and sell their homes? So how do you stay in touch with them in between the times that they're buying and selling? What are you doing during that time to stay in touch with them, to be a service? How do you be a resource? How do you make your phone ring? Because they're coming to you because they need you. And if they're doing that all the time, when it comes time to buy or sell a house, you better believe they're also going to call you to list their home or to help them go buy their next home. Okay, so having all of these great contacts, just like with point one, is that it makes you look professional. You have existing contacts to meet your clients' needs. They can call you for anything. What do you need? Right? Who are you looking for? Are you the resource that they call and be like, look, I know you know everyone, and every referral you've given me for business around here has been amazing. You even knew the right restaurant to go to. You helped us find a great babysitter in the area when we moved in. All of those things. Now we're looking for this, right? Who do you know? Who do you know? It also makes you look really connected. You have all of those connections for what they need. They're going to go to you for all kinds of things that have nothing to do with real estate, because you know people and you know them. It gives you a reason to send stuff out to your sphere of influence, right? You have something to send. You have someone who's an incredible electrician, and you send something out, you highlight them. Maybe you do a video interview with them. Maybe you do some other things. Maybe you snag some testimonials from some of their other clients and send this out and say, hey guys, I have an incredible electrician. If you're ever looking for one, I've got someone. Hit me up and I'll get you connected with them. They're a good friend of mine. It's this person, love their family, right? We've got a personal relationship, and and I can connect you. You can do that. All of these people, think about how many touches you want to have. You want to have, more, at least 30 touches happening throughout the course of the year, if not more. But you don't want to be sending out recipe cards and that kind of stuff. So what am I sending out? Well, I'm going to send out all of the connections that I have that you might be interested in. If I've got 40 of those connections, I've got something I can send out nearly every week talking about the professionals that I have a relationship with, and giving them some kudos and sharing how good they are, and maybe something that they've got, maybe they have something in return, maybe they're saying something great about your business and how much they love working with you and your clients. Okay, so that's another way that to build your business. And then if you're sending business to all of your contractors throughout the year, right, all of your connections, all of your partners, you're sending them business, you're giving them opportunities, you're making connections, you're lifting them up in the community, right? There's a pretty high likelihood that they're going to want to send you referrals in return. So the business that they might get, so I'm even putting my dog to sleep over here. So the business that they might get, they have an opportunity to send people to you and talk about you, and someone saying, yeah, we're thinking about doing X, Y, and Z on our home because we might put it on the market next week or next month or next year. And they say, well, do you have a realtor yet? I've got a friend of mine who's really great, right? So there's that opportunity back and forth. All right. So also, you're building your business as you do this, right? So you are you're serving your clients during the transaction. You've got something to talk about in between transactions and to be the go-to resource, right? But if you look at that list, I guarantee there's at least a few, if not many, that you don't have one or more dedicated professionals that you have a relationship with, a communication back and forth, information about their business that you could refer people confidently to. You probably have some gaps in your partner list. That's great. Okay. Don't worry about that. That's awesome. That's part of this whole entire plan. And if you have everybody, then go find some partner areas where you don't have it yet, because it's another opportunity to build business, right? So you're going to go to all of the people that are your partners, right? And you're going to, have coffee with them and talk to them, talk about the business, talk about how things are going, ask what you could be doing to help them and support them in their business. Talk about some of the things that you're going to be doing. Let them know you may be highlighting them throughout the year in their business to all of your clients and on social media. See if that's okay. See if, get some headshots or get some other stuff from them, whatever you need. All of those other things that you can do to let them know, which increases, again, your likelihood of getting a referral from them. Okay. But also for all of those gaps, now you're going to go, okay, here's a two-step process. You're going to go to your connected people that right? Some clients that you have, some clients that you want, and say, hey, you're really well entrenched in this community. People like and respect you. And I'm looking for some key partners in this area and this area, right? Who do you know that I should be talking to? Who do you like and respect? Because if you do, then I know that I'll probably want to be in business with them. Right now, you're strengthening the relationship with this person in or out of your sphere. If they're in your sphere, great. You're strengthening the relationship in your sphere. You're reminding them that you're in real estate. If they're not in your sphere, you have a chance to add them to your sphere. Man, I see you everywhere. You're the one I want to talk to, right? But I want to know who you know, and then what can I do for you? So there's that opportunity to increase your sphere, and then to get the referrals of who the people are in those categories. And you want to talk to several, for both to vet and to find the exact right fit for you, not just take the first one that comes along, but also with each one of those, you're sitting down with them, you're talking about their business, you're saying, hey, you and I are both friends with so-and-so, and you come highly recommended by them, so kudos on having a great business in the community that is well thought of. Appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. I want to hear about your business. I want to talk about it. Here's what I'm doing. Here's, my goal to help you get more business and to send people to you, et cetera. Here are some of the things that I do from some of my, other partners. Maybe here's some testimonials from my partners on what it's like to work with me. I'd like to hear more about your business and to see if you might be my number one go-to. And, if not, maybe you're creating a group of 3. I've got 3 people in here. If one's too busy, I can send out the other one. It doesn't hurt to have more in that group, as long as you have that good relationship with each one of them. So you're building these relationships in each one of these areas, right? Then you're also going to those new folks and your established partners, and you're saying, hey, how can I help you get more business? What if I gave a discount on your services that was, made sense for you for, in return for the increase in business, whether they're listing with me or not, or whatever it is, some kind of incentive for them to go do business with you, whether it be a special for a period of time, a discount, an incentive, whatever it is, driving business to your partners and having them give that to you. And again, another reason to reach out to all of your clients, and another benefit of your clients staying in touch with you and working with you is you have this huge network, and through you, they get to get discounts on services that they need and work with people that are already someone that is trusted. So a really great way to expand your business as you build out the partners in your partner program. Okay. So it also builds that database, right? So we started to touch on this. Anywhere where you don't have that connection, right? Now you are going into your SOI and think about your sphere of influence. Everyone in your sphere is not created equal, right? You have all of those groups. You have the people that you know, you have some of your people that you know a little better, you have some people that are advocates for you, and you have what I call your core advocates. And your core advocates are the ones who not only are they enthusiastic about referring your business out, right? Maybe grandma's super enthusiastic about referring. She loves you and she talks to everybody about you in her retirement home that she lives in, right? And none of them are buying or selling houses right now. So point being that, just pure enthusiasm and love for you, respect for you, whatever it is to refer doesn't make them a core advocate. They also have to have the behavioral style, that personality to go out and talk to people and connect with people. And then most importantly, they have to be in a situation where they are well connected, that they can talk to people who will want to buy or sell homes, right? They are placed somewhere where they can refer business to you. So they want to, they're able to, and then they are in a situation where they have actual people, buyers and sellers, that they can put in front of you and help you build that relationship. That is a really key part. Those are your core advocates in your business. Sitting down with them and talking about your business. This gives you a great reason to talk again about your business, to remind them what you do, to thank them for any referrals they may have given you, and say, listen, you referred me out to so many people because everybody loves you, and I need some help growing this portion of my business, right? And then reaching out and building all of those to continue to build your database, because that database is going to be an incredible source of leads. Think about even a local business, right? Any kind of local business owners, what are the contacts that they have? Typically they live in the community and they know everybody, right? They're the ones that everyone comes in and they know their name. It's like Cheers. All right. Again, number 5, it gives you something to communicate. You want to stay top of mind with your service provider partners, right? You want to keep top of mind with your clients. And as you're sending stuff out, you want to make sure if you're sending stuff to your client database that you add all of your partners into that so that they can see when things go out, what's going out. And if you're sending something out about your painter and your electrician sees it and they go, man, that was really cool. Love what you did. Would you be willing to do something like that for me? Right? That video you did was awesome. I'd love to shoot a video like that with you. Yeah, of course. Right? Maybe there's a local shop that you went into and you did it, you put it up on social media, and the owner of another local shop says, man, that was so cool. Would you highlight my business as well? Right? Gives you an opportunity to do that and to build more relationships. Again, and then they're going to share it and they're going to talk about it. And they're going to say, a friend of mine who's a local realtor did this. Go look at this on social media. They're going to send people to it. And hopefully on their own social media pages, it's going to be shared. And you're going to get access to database connected to database, connected to database. Maybe people in their family are really proud of them and they go, oh, look at this. That was my, nephew was highlighted on, by this realtor, and then they share it and boom, now you have their entire database. So the way that has an opportunity to spread and really get legs through that network is very powerful. So you need to give things that are shareable. And the same thing for, any of your partners that are in there. And then of course your sphere, if you have someone and you share something of value, whether it's a local shop or a local restaurant or a service provider or anything like that, someone might go, hey, I see it all the time on Facebook and other social media where, you'll share something and then other people will go, they'll tag someone and say, hey, you need this, or hey, we were just talking about this, or didn't you say you need an electrician, or this person sounds really good, or we need this, or we should go here, right? You see all those comments all the time. And those are from people that, aren't necessarily just, you have to make sure that your posts are public, right? So when you're doing those posts on social media, make sure that those posts are marked as public, not just to be seen by your friends, because you want them to be able to be shared. Otherwise, there will not be a share option on there. And if they tag someone in it, that person won't be able to see it. All right. And then through all of this, of course, your partners see how much you're promoting their business. And there's a little bit of encouragement to refer in and reciprocate on that. And that creates that drive to do that. All right, number 6, it also drives your reputation in the market, right? So here's something that we do at EXP. At EXP Realty, we use NPS score. That's Net Promoter Score. And you do this all the time. If you go shopping somewhere, and then you get, and sometimes you'll get it from, some of your other service providers, and you get that email and it says, hey, rate us on a scale of 1 to 10. How likely would you be to refer our business to a family or friend? And then you pick what your rating is and you give that number. And so you just click on that and it says, great, thank you. What most influenced the score that you gave us? Just a small dialogue box to put in a couple of keywords or phrases or sentence or whatever about their service and about why you gave them a 10 or why you gave them a 2, whatever it was. And then all of that goes through, and there's a whole algorithm to determine from the different levels of numbers that are given. And then it determines what the NPS score is, that Net Promoter Score. And that is a customer status. The reason they have this kind of scientific gauge is that it's proven that people that are giving you 9s and 10s are the ones who are going to be referring your business. If you don't give top level service, you need to increase the number of people that are getting those 9s and 10s from a service level, because they are the ones who are going to go out and refer your business. And you can determine from the scores that you get how you're doing. I feel like I'm doing a great job. I feel like I'm providing a high level of service. Well, that's good, but let's find out. Let's do that NPS score and let's do that inquiry that goes out there. But also on your service providers, you go, hey, I know I'm taking a great care of my client. I got ratings out the wazoo, level 10, all this kind of stuff. Everybody loves me. And I'm referring out all of these other people as we're doing business and as I'm working with my clients. And I think they like them, right? Sometimes I get good feedback, sometimes not so good. I'm not really sure, but I love that person. I'm sure they do a great job. You may or may not know. And so doing that for anyone that you refer out and just say, hey, I referred this person to you. Could you rate them on a scale of 1, give us their score. How likely would you be to refer them to your friends and family? And what prompted you to give that score? But you have that information and feedback coming in. So a couple of things that does. So first and foremost, that ensures that you are referring out the best. It ensures that you are in business with the best. It ensures that the reputation that they have, right, that's tied to your reputation is a good one, that they're making you look good by having referred them. Secondly, it is a great feedback tool to use with the folks that you're referring business to, your partners. You can go back and say, hey, I just wanted to thank you. I'm like, yeah, for what for? Well, the last 5 people that I referred to you have given you a 10 out of 10 and raved about your level of service and how great you were and how you went above and beyond. And that makes me look really good. And I appreciate it, man. I'm going to make sure I'm sending you all my business. Makes them feel really good. Lets them know that you're noticing and that sort of thing. You have confidence. You're referring them good people. But they may ask, oh, great. So what are you doing? How are you doing that? Right. And so that's something where, you can use that to demonstrate your business savvy and the fact that you have this construct in your business to see how you're doing for your clients. You can even, talk to them about the Net Promoter Score and how that's utilized and why it's utilized and that sort of thing. Now, on the flip side, if someone's not performing at a high level, it's an opportunity to have a conversation, but not to have an emotional conversation, to say, hey, the last couple of folks that I've sent to you, your average score has been a 6 out of 10. And I always strive for a 10 out of 10. So if it's okay, I'd like to share with you some of the feedback, because I know you really care about your business. You're very conscientious. I've always had a great, experience working with you, but I want to share with you what they're saying and see if that might help your business, right? Gives them a chance. And then you have a chance. They can go back and address those customers and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you had a bad experience. Let me make it right. And they may say, they didn't even reach out to me. They didn't tell me that they weren't happy. I didn't know that was starting to happen. Of course I'd go back and fix it, and they would. And then that person turns around and go, wow, I'm so glad you sent me them. I wasn't happy at first, but they really took care of it. And, everybody makes mistakes, but the people that, stand by their work and get it done until the customer's satisfied are the kind of people I want to work with. Bam, everything is saved. Your reputation is improved. You help the customer get the outcome that they wanted. You help the business owner, get repeat business and not have a bad name in the local market. So those are all these things that you can be doing to help. These are simple things, right? It takes me way longer to talk about it than it does to do it. Okay. These are fairly simple things to do that have far reaching impact on your business. All right. All right. Number 7, building your partner program reduces costs and gives you more reach. All right. So when you have this partner program, you have an opportunity to share, in expenses and everything else. You can partner up on training events, marketing, farming, celebrations of different reasons, housewarming parties and that kind of stuff, and holiday parties, etc. You have this group of partners around. Everybody wants to do a lot of the same things, but now you can group together and share in on driving people to an event, right? To increase the impact that you have in an event and with an event, and also on the cost of having an event. And if you're going out there, you can partner up with different groups. If you're going into an area where there's a lot of investor properties or something else like that, you want to talk to investors, and then you have a bunch of contractors that can help these investors, whether to fix up the home, to flip it, or to hold it, etc. And we've got this group. Maybe you're going to teach a class on how to go do that, and then you're going to have your trusted advisors and partners with you to help teach that class. Everyone's going to invite people to the class. Everyone's going to pitch in on the cost to hold the class. There are lots and lots of things, of course, to do that. Combining all of your spheres of influence. It's a whole bunch of local business owners partnering and coming together, combining all of their people to get a large reach and to get in front of more clients and have more opportunity. And again, if you've chosen the right partners, right, then the fact that they are recommending you is going to go a long way, because their clients in their sphere are going to respect them and know that they work very hard and that they have a great reputation. And if you're the person that they choose to do business with and to recommend, that's going to mean something. So that's another reason why choosing the right partners is so important. Adding their area of expertise to your business offerings when you're saying, hey, I would put them on my website, right? These are all my people. Here are all the things that I can help you with, right? My role in all of this is to drive the real estate transaction, okay, for all of these different types of buyers and sellers. But inside of that, there's this entire huge team. If you remember those old Verizon commercials, can you hear me now, and everything else, and then boom, they had the whole team of people, linemen and everybody else, customer service, everyone was right there. And that's you. So when you show up to a listing appointment, or you're talking to a buyer, or they're researching you on your online, and they're seeing that they're not just getting you, they're getting this entire team. They're looking at those other folks, and they might know some of them and go, oh my gosh, they work with them. That's great. We used them before. They were awesome. Right. Or maybe they just go, wow, it's really impressive. They can help us with anything. And then, of course, I guess co-hosting workshops, you can see, hey, what's going on right now? Well, right now, if the market is faster, slower, this bracket is up, that bracket's down, whatever it is, maybe a lot of people are rehabbing right now. Maybe a lot of people are finishing their basements. Maybe a lot of people are, need a roof. Maybe there's a storm recently, whatever it is, you can say, hey, we can help you with all of these things. And we're going to throw up a little workshop. You can do virtual, you can do in person, etc. And then, of course, the more of these businesses that have a good social media presence certainly allows you guys to tag each other and to utilize that to leverage, comment, share, and just add more reach to what you're doing on social media. All right, guys, those are 7 ways that you can, here, I'm going to remove this share here. 7 ways that you can grow your business through your building your partner program. I don't even know if I can end the share on this. So I encourage you to get out there, start working on each of these paths. We will be sharing this slide deck in our FIRE group. And if you're not in our FIRE group at EXP, then you can reach out to me, Dave Conord at gmail.com, DaveConord@gmail.com. And just let me know that you saw this class and that you would like to get a copy of these slides so you have all that information to work through. And if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. Guys, thanks and good luck.